Have to go with him. So even though he was supposed to call me this year, I went with him. But he wouldn't take all the credit for himself.
Hey, you know what, Rusty?
Thank you for the invite. We had a blast. My kid ran into his friends, so we made a day out of it. But I got to.
Yes.
Doug Verboon,
Yes.
Rusty Robinson, Robert Thayer.
Yes. Okay, all in favor, one absent. We'll move on now to consent calendar. All items listed on the consent calendar are considered to be routine and will be enacted by one motion. If a board member has questions, requests additional information, or wishes to comment on an item, the vote should be taken up after all questions have been addressed and comments made. Public has an opportunity to comment on the consent calendar as well. Have any direction?
Mr. Chairman, just for clarification, I believe G5 on the consent calendar is full.
G5?
Yes.
Okay, we're pulling G5 on the consent calendar. And what is the board direction?
Move to approve the consent calendar as amended, Mr. Chair.
Moved by Supervisor Neves, second by Supervisor Thayer. Are there any comments from the public? No comments from the public. I'll bring it back to the board for direction. For vote.
Joe Nevs,
Yes.
Doug Verboon,
Yes.
Rusty Robinson, Robert Thayer.
Yes.
Okay, 4 in favor, 1 absent. We'll go clear on down to the regular agenda, regular calendar, and we start off with item 6, and it's Behavioral Health Department. Good morning. How you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
So good morning, Mr. Chair and members of the board. My name is Brenda Tamayo Pagan, Mental Health Services Act Program Manager, and I'm here representing Kings County Behavioral Health to present the MHSA Annual Plan Update for 2025-2026. This update includes the 2023-2024 Prevention and Early Intervention Evaluation Report and the Annual Innovative Project Report, which will be submitted to the Department of Healthcare Services and the Mental Health Services Oversight and Accountability Commission. So as you know, California voters approved Proposition 63, the Mental Health Services Act, in November of 2004. The MHSA addresses a broad continuum of prevention, early intervention, and service needs, as well as necessary infrastructure, technology, and training to support mental health programs here in Kings County. Welfare and Institutions Code requires counties that receive MHSA funding to prepare and submit a 3-year program and expenditure plan and annual updates. So today, this is an annual update to the 23-26 plan. The MHSA process includes a community planning process with stakeholder participation, data analysis, and a public comment period and hearing. In 2024, Kings County Behavioral Health conducted this process to develop the required MHSA plan annual update for 2025-2026. We contracted with Eval Corp to facilitate this process, which included community focus groups with 38 participants across the county, 8 key stakeholder interviews, and the collection of 244 community surveys. So surveys are posted online, through social media, on the website, and then hard copies to collect data. The results are then aggregated and presented to the Kings County Behavioral Health Advisory Board and also the Mental Health Task Force here in Kings County for review and discussion. So this MHSA plan annual update outlines the continued use of programs, activities, and collaborations to support and promote the ability of Kings County Behavioral Health to fulfill the intent of the MHSA funding, expanding and transforming California's behavioral health system to better serve individuals and who with and at risk of serious mental health issues and their families. So through these programs, approximately 8,475, they could be duplicated, Kings County residents were served and will continue to be served through these programs in 2025-2026. And some notable highlights include 623 older adults and caregivers receiving mental health support services through the Senior Access for Engagement program, 1,898 children participating in school-based mental illness prevention activities. That's through the California Health Collaborative. 1,258 residents receiving telephonic support from our 24/7 warm line. 492 children and adults receiving intensive mental health treatment through full service partnership. So Turn Behavioral Health and assertive community treatment teams, which is the highest level of care here. 114 individuals and families who are domestic violence survivors receive supportive services through the Barbara Seville Shelter. And we participate in over 91 outreach events to promote services and reduce stigma. 8 families were connected to support via the local outreach to suicide survivors after experiencing a suicide loss. And then 1,913 residents received support from the Central Valley Suicide Prevention Hotline. So that's just some highlights. It's not inclusive of all of the services that were provided in 23-24, but just some highlights again. In accordance with the Mental Health Services Act, Kings County Behavioral Health initiated a 30-day public comment period from April 29th through May 29, 2025. We held the required public hearing at the Behavioral Health Advisory Board on June 2nd. No public comments were received during the comment period or at the public hearing. The advisory board unanimously approved the 25-26 MHSA plan update for submission then here to the Board of Supervisors. There will be no additional costs to the county general fund. The Department of Healthcare Services disperses MHSA funds through the county's annual mental health plan performance contract. The 3-year program and expenditure plan includes $10,128,878 of expenses for fiscal year 25-26. So moving forward into 25-26, which were included in the department's recommended budget. So this fiscal year, this is actually our final annual update through to the 3-year plan and annual update under Prop 63. As of July 1st, 2026, county behavioral health plans are required to implement the new Prop 1 Behavioral Health Services Act requirements. So Kings County Behavioral Health is currently reviewing BHSA state policy manuals and will inform you of the change requirements and impacts, starting with community planning process that'll be coming up real soon. So we'll come out and inform you. So I respectfully request that the board approve the Mental Health Services Act annual update for fiscal year 2025-2026 for submission to the Department of Health Care Services. A copy of the 2025-2026 MHSA plan annual update, including the attachment evaluation reports, are on file with the clerk of the board and can also be reviewed on the KCBH website. Thank you for your time and consideration. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you very much. Would the board have any questions for Brenda? Moved by Supervisor Robinson, second by Supervisor Neves. Do you have any questions, audience? Nothing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Joe Nevs.
Yes.
Doug Verboon.
Yes.
Rusty Robinson. Robert Thayer.
Yes.
All in favor, one absent. Good job.
Thank you. And I know there's a second, I think there's a section.
And then
second.
we have to authorize the Director of Behavioral Health and Auditor Controller to sign Mental Health Services Act. Also.
That should have all been included. It's one agenda item.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you so much.
Okay, we'll go to item B, Department of Finance.
Morning, Mr.
Morning.
Chairman, members of the board. Rob Knudsen, Assistant Finance Director with the Kings County Department of Finance. Here before you this morning, requesting approval for a resolution establishing our annual appropriation limit, which is also referred to as the GAN limit. Pursuant to Government Code Section 7910 and Article 8B of the California Constitution, each year we are required to establish appropriation limits for certain locally controlled revenues like property taxes. This limit is adjusted annually by local population increases and the statewide increase in personal income. The limit for 25-26 is increasing by 8.56%. Which reflects a 1.98 population increase and a 6.44% increase in personal income growth, with these figures being provided to us by the state. This new limit continues to have no fiscal impact to our county. Taxpayer refunds would only occur if the taxes exceeded this appropriation limit. And as you can see, we're currently $132 million below this limit. Last year, we were about 122 million, so the gap continues to grow. So with that, I'm asking that you adopt this resolution establishing the county appropriation limit for fiscal year 25-26.
Thank you, Rob. Any questions for Rob? Motion by Supervisor Robinson, second by Supervisor Neves. Do you have any questions from the audience? Seeing none, we'll go back to for vote.
Joe Nevs,
Yes.
Doug Verboon,
Yes.
Rusty Robinson, Robert Thayer.
Yes.
All in favor, one absent. Thank you, Rob. We have one more item.
One more, right? So as you may recall, I was before you last week to conduct a public hearing for the introduction of an ordinance establishing our jail booking fee rate for the 25-26 fiscal year. As a quick recap, the proposed calculated fee is $204 per booking, which is a $19 increase from last year's rate. The change is mainly due to increasing employee salaries and benefits, as well as increased utility costs and IT costs. Again, as I explained last meeting, we're currently unable to use this rate as current legislation prevents that. However, we still must establish this rate each year in case the state eliminates our funding. If this would occur, we would be able to charge half of this rates to the cities for the bookings they bring into our jail. So with that, I ask you consider adopting this ordinance, establishing the booking fee rate for 25-26 and waive the reading.
You guys want to waive the reading?
Sure, please. Thank you. Yeah.
Was that a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Supervisor Thayer, second by Supervisor Neves. Any questions to the audience? Okay, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Joe Nevs,
Yes.
Doug Verboon,
Yes.
Rusty Robinson, Robert Thayer.
Yes.
Thank you. Four in favor,
Thank you.
one absent. Thank you, Rob. Move on now to Public Health Department. Rosemary. Good morning, Rosemary.
Good morning. Good morning, Chairman, members of the board. Rosemary Rand, Department of Public Health. This morning, Kings County Department of Public Health is requesting your board adopt a resolution proclaiming the month of June 2025 as Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month to raise awareness, promote prevention strategies, and support caregivers and individuals affected by Alzheimer's disease and related dementias. Alzheimer's disease is a progressive degenerative brain disorder that impacts memory, thinking, and daily functions. While some memory changes are a normal part of aging, Alzheimer's disease is not. It stems from a combination of genetic, environmental, and lifestyle factors. Alzheimer's is the sixth leading cause of death among adults aged 65 and older nationwide. In California, 12% of residents aged 65 plus live with Alzheimer's disease and related dementias. Alzheimer's related deaths in Kings County increased from 36.4 per 100,000 in 2015 to 54.8 per 100,000 in 2023. The statewide mortality rate from Alzheimer's rose 34% between 2017 and 2023. Early diagnosis and healthy behaviors can delay disease progression and improve the quality of life. Public education, memory screening can lower emergency room visits and long-term care costs. Proclaiming June as Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month will increase the public's understanding and awareness, encourage preventative practices like blood pressure control, diabetes management, physical activity, and social engagement, recognize and support family caregivers, highlight local resources available to those impacted. This concludes my report, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Rosemary. And we have a certificate right now.
Great.
Do we give this to you or?
Sure, or whoever. I have a few of my team here. They can come with me if they want to.
We'll take it up for direction first. We have a motion by Supervisor Robinson, a second by Supervisor Thayer. Any questions, in the audience? Seeing none, we'll bring it back to the board for vote.
Joe Nevs,
Yes.
Doug Verboon,
Yes.
Rusty Robinson, Robert Thayer.
Yes.
Four in favor, one absent. Rosemary, I have a certificate for you.
Ooh, fancy.
I know the more I read it, the more I have all the time. It's like going to the doctor, like going to the doctor's office, reading all the time, the pencils on the wall, because you have all All right, we'll move on now to the next item, which is Public Works Department. Good morning.
Morning, Chairman, members of the board, Patricio Villegas, Engineer 3 with Public Works Department. I am before your board this morning to request approval of the construction agreement with JT2 doing business as Todd Companies for the construction of an access driveway at Fire Station number 4. This driveway is going to provide access to the fire department when a high-speed rail closes Houston Avenue. The total cost for construction is $150,000, and it should take about 3 to 4 weeks to construct. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Do we pay for that, or does High Speed Rail pay for that?
We're using funds that were secured from high-speed rail through impacts to Fire Station 4.
Okay. Questions on the board?
Just curious on when Houston Avenue closed.
We keep getting different dates, so I'm not sure.
I just don't want to, I would like for it to not be closed right after the bridge gets fixed. You know, that's kind of the target. So, I mean, now if you're going to do it, it's a good time to get it done.
Well, I don't believe they're going to do it until they finish Sanford Motor Road. So we have a
Correct, yeah.
They're moving pretty slow on it.
That was supposed to have been done in
April.
March or April.
Yeah. Any other discussion? Yeah. Motion by Supervisor Thayer, second by Supervisor Nez. Any questions from the audience? Seeing none, we'll bring it back to the Madam for direction.
Joe Nevs,
Yes.
Doug Verboon,
Yes.
Rusty Robinson, Robert Thayer.
Yes.
4 in favor, 1 absent. I think I got the dementia from the last one.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, we'll go to the next item. Thank you. Next item is administration, and we have Alex Walker.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and good morning, members of the board. Alex C. Walker, Administrative Analyst for Kings County Administration. Before you this morning is an agreement with the Central Valley Community Foundation where the county will receive $100,000 for its efforts with California Jobs First. On August 30th, 2024, the Sierra San Joaquin Jobs Initiative, known as S2J2, part of the California Jobs First initiative, submitted the S2J2 Regional Investment Plan to the state as part of a larger effort, the California Jobs First Economic Blueprint. The blueprint summarizes the work and goals of 13 Job First regions, including the work led by the Central Valley Community Foundation, a regional convener as designated by the state. On February 26, 2025, California Governor Gavin Newsom announced an updated statewide plan for economic growth, releasing the California Jobs First Economic Blueprint. As a result, the Central Valley Community Foundation invited the CAOs of Fresno, Madera, Tulare, and Kings to participate in these efforts. On March 11, 2025, the board authorized the county administrative officer to sign a joint letter co-signed by the CAOs of Fresno, Madera, and Tulare counties to participate in the 4-county coordinating committee with the Central Valley Community Foundation. Furthermore, Supervisor Robert Thayer, District 5, was designated as the board member to participate on the committee. Following the county's involvement on the committee, the Central Valley Community Foundation has offered the county a one-time payment of $100,000 divided into 2 separate payments to support its involvement in this effort. Per the terms of the agreement, the deliverables of the county are participation in a work group to examine regional energy infrastructure and capacity, the options for maximizing economic and community development related to renewable energy generation, and a consideration of agriculture, water, habitat, city and rural community needs. County staff and representatives will provide technical expertise and input in local governance processes, needs related to energy production and transmission based on the current and expected demand to meet the needs of local businesses, residents, and industry. Furthermore, the payment is to support regular participation in and preparation for working group meetings. This agreement is retroactive to allow the county to utilize the funds for work previously completed, such as travel related to this effort. This agreement has been reviewed by Risk and County Council and approved as to form, and at this time, we respectfully ask your board to approve the agreement with the Central Valley Community Foundation for the county's involvement with the Sierra San Joaquin Jobs Coalition of California Jobs First, retroactively effective from April 1st, 2025 through January 31st, 2026. I'm available to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Any questions? So they're paying us to talk to them,
That is one of the things you're being paid for.
and the reason behind it is to what? I
Just
mean,
to help
the-
facilitate
the
those
motion
meetings.
To me would be picking ag and not putting. And then we have Ashley Swearingen in charge. That foresight to do our knowledge. On a big church guard, and our solar policy is in place now. I mean, every county can. I don't know what station where they go after attack us. I'm good. They don't help them, so I'll be aware of that. They want to give us money to talk to them. We can be at the table. We can defend ourselves. Make sure that everybody's aware. Nothing good can come from this because they're going to take care of themselves first. Nothing against you, Alex.
No, no,
It's 15 years of working with that group, and I don't trust them. I mean, they flat out lie. I went to lunch with Ashley Swearingen and told her exactly what I felt right now. And I said, I don't know why I would trust you. And, I couldn't trust her during the high-speed rail part of it. So I would just tell Robert, be on your guard. Our economic development, our community development with Greg Gatzka, we developed our solar policy and permitting years ago to keep it under control, not to affect our farm ground. And we've lost jobs for lack of water, which comes from the same group of people that are taking the water away. So just so you're aware, don't trust them and don't tell them everything. Now it's on record. Any question? Oh, they have board direction or comment? Moved by Supervisor Thayer. Second, sure. Second by Supervisor Robinson. Do we have any questions from the audience? Nothing. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Joe Nevs,
Yes.
Doug Verboon,
No.
Rusty Robinson, Robert Thayer.
Yes.
3 in favor, 1 against, 1 absent. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The next item before you this morning is the Second Amendment with the Santa Rosa Rancheria Tachiyoca Tribe for local law enforcement services mitigation compensation. The Santa Rosa Rancheria Tachiyoca Tribe operates in the Palace Indian Gaming Facility in Kings County. In 2020, the county worked with tribal council and their attorneys on the development of an intergovernmental agreement to compensate Kings County in order to provide mitigation measures for any potentially significant effect on the off-reservation environment. The intergovernmental agreement has been in effect since its ratification. However, the amendment is proposed due to the sunset provision of the Sheriff's Office funding in the current agreement. Compensation provisions in the current agreement also sunset funding for off-reservation impacts to law enforcement operations in the Sheriff's Office. Historically, the tribe has paid $200,000 annually for law enforcement mitigation. However, this historic provision sunsets in fiscal year 24-25. Without a renewal of this provision, annual payments of law enforcement mitigation will revert to $70,000 annually. This amendment will provide $200,000 annually to the Sheriff's Office to mitigate the off-reservation impacts on law enforcement. This remains unchanged from the historical compensation for law enforcement services in previous agreements with the tribe. On November 13th, 2023, the county and the tribe entered into an agreement for the tribe to make various payments to the county in order to provide mitigation measures for any potentially significant effect on the off-reservation environment and compensate the county for its law enforcement, fire protection, and other public services provided to the tribe by the county. This agreement was amended on March 21st, 2023, due to unforeseen circumstances with the construction of the Tachiyoca Fire Station and sunset provisions for the funding for fire operations based on the initial understanding of when the new fire station would be constructed. Accordingly, the county and the tribe have met and conferred several times and have negotiated in good faith for payments regarding additional compensation for law enforcement mitigation consistent with historical amounts. This agreement has been reviewed by county council and approved as to form, and after approved by the board, the tribe will ratify. At this time, we respectfully ask your board to approve the Second Amendment with the Santa Rosa Rancheria Tachiyoca Tribe for law enforcement services to mitigation compensation. I'm available to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Any questions from the board? Comments? By Supervisor Robinson, second by Supervisor Thayer. Any questions from the audience? Okay, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Joe Nevs,
Yes.
Doug Verboon, Rusty Robinson, Robert Thayer.
Favor, one absent. Continue, Alex.
Thank you.
Oh, we're done?
Nope.
Oh, continue, Curia. We're still at administration.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Curia Martinez, County Administrative Officer. So before you this morning is the appointment of the Assistant County Administrative Officer, the Assistant CAO. The Assistant CAO plays a vital leadership role within the county operations and the administration under the administrative direction of myself in accordance with county ordinances. The Assistant CAO plans, organizes, coordinates, and supports the overall administration of county government. This role provides policy and administrative guidance, directs the work of assigned staff and services, and oversees the preparation and coordination of the annual budget. The Assistant CEO also cultivates collaborative relationship with civic organizations, intergovernmental and agencies, county departments, and may act on my behalf when I am not here. The CAO directed staff to open the recruitment. That recruitment was open on March 31st, 2025, and concluded on May 27, 2025. Upon the completion of that recruitment, a conditional offer was extended to Mr. Powers, who accepted the offer. This is the first time the Assistant CAO position is being recruited after I vacated the position in 2023. Mr. Powers holds a bachelor's degree from California State University, Fresno, where he majored in public administration. Mr. Powers has worked up his way in different roles in public administration roles since 1988, starting as a management intern at the city of Reedley. Thereafter, Mr. Powers went on to work for Fresno County for over 7 years as staff analyst, and thereafter as a deputy special districts administrator. Mr. Powers then worked in the role of city managers for the cities of Dunsmuir, Ferndale, and King for over 16 years. Mr. Powers also worked as the borough manager for Kodiak Island for over 5 years. Most recently, Mr. Powers has served in the role of planner with Tulare County and project manager in engineering division with the city of Tulare. Mr. Powers has gained the experience in all of these roles to serve as assistant CAO. The position is recommended at $15,000 per month and including management benefits. And it is included in the recommended budget. At this time, we respectfully ask your board to confirm the appointment of Michael Powers to the position of Assistant County Administrative Officer effective July 8th and set the compensation. Mr. Powers is in the audience and he would like to say a few words to the board. While he walks up here, this is his professional side, but also, on a community side, he also has been an assistant Girl Scout troop leader, foster parent, and is active in the community and works in various ways. So, Mr. Powers.
And you were the manager of Kodiak Island?
Yes, sir. I was the borough manager for Kodiak Island, Alaska.
So we can have access to cheap crab?
I wish. The crab have all fled north. I have a lot of friends in the fishing industry, and the crab have moved north. But some of the old timers have told me that happens on a regular basis. So,
okay, that's expensive.
Yes, most definitely.
Well, welcome to Kings County.
Thank you, sir. My name is Michael Powers. Carrie gave you a brief outline of my background. I have lived and worked in the Central Valley most of my life, and I am very excited about this opportunity and the opportunity to work with the excellent staff you put together in the county.
Good. Any questions from the board? Any direction from the board? Motion by Supervisor Robinson.
I'm happy to second. I just have a question though.
Second by
It
Supervisor Thayer.
requires board approval to.
Yes, it does, because the assistant CAO does live on the county bands, the department head bands. So it is a appointed position.
Right, but I mean, so does the undersheriff, but we don't authorize that. So does.
Well, that's all
behavior.
discussion.
No. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The classification lives within the department head bands. So it is outside of a normal appointment, outside of like, for the example, the undersheriff.
No, I know, but we do. I mean, like when Christy and that was my first meeting, and I questioned that, like, why am I approving a department head to appoint? Anyway, I'm happy to second it.
Because of the compensation, sir.
Okay.
So.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. And do we have any comments from the public? Yeah, you're doing good. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Joe Nevs,
Yes.
Doug Verboon,
Yes.
Rusty Robinson, Robert Thayer.
Yes.
Well, 4 in favor, one absent. Welcome. We look forward to working with you, but July 8th, right?
Yes, sir. Thank
Okay.
you.
Well, we'll see
Thank you all very much.
The first day, I think what is the crumble cookie?
Well, I was thinking barbecue, but
Barbecue too, yeah. Okay, we'll go on now to board member comments and reports. Everybody knows.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Attended the staff appreciation lunch and wrap up. Again, I want to thank everyone, Catherine, Diane, and Fran also for all of their dedication and hard work with all of the gifts. And again, that's not everybody reaps the benefit of the one-day deal, but that thing goes 3 months before and 3 months after. So certainly want to thank everyone. Attended the city county coordinating meeting in Hanford on the 18th. South Fort Kings also had a meeting on the 19th where we approved the 25-26 budget, the financial reports and the work plans for 25-26. The GSA assessment is $9.80 an acre for the next year. And we continue to use probably the county treasury as we have in the past for interim financing. So certainly want to thank that for being available, and it really helps the organization with cash flow. The elder abuse campaign continues with breakfast burritos in Corcoran on the 20th. Special thanks to Bobby and Commission on Aging staff for that event. Also want to thank Kathy, Richard Fagundes, and Greg Gatska for helping out with breakfast with the seniors in Corcoran. Then we came back to Hanford. Kings County Dairy Show was moved off of the fairgrounds and moved to A&M Livestock. Very nice animals, very nice, talented 4-H and FFA members showing those animals. And it was a very nice show that really, to be honest with you, I kind of liked it being off the fairground. It just made it a lot easier for the, and it kind of condensed everything. Instead of showing one day and selling on another, you showed in the morning and sold in the afternoon. It was done one day, worked out very, very well. Wrapped up Friday the 19th on downtown music in Lemoore. Again, another evening of great music, food, and adult beverages. It's kind of nice to be like a kid again, drinking out on the street, but it's kind of nice. And I do want to thank the Kings County Grand Jury. I think this is their last official act of the 24-25 year. There'll be another drawing, and they'll start all over again in July. So just want to thank all of the retiring members and those that get reappointed and come back. It's certainly a role in Kings County that's been around for a long time, and certainly want to thank them for their hours of dedication and transportation and the service that they provide for the entire county. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Right there.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. As kind of discussed when we recognized our employee committee, but Joe and I were there last week for the debrief on the good and the bad and the ugly. They're still trying to name that cow, by the way. I kind of like the sirloin, kind of gives it a
Medium rare.
yeah. Anyway, I'm sure there'll be an official name at some point in time. Also, that same day, that evening, attended the Kings Community Action Organization Executive Board meeting here in town. Progress is occurring over there in that organization, and scheduled, as I've mentioned before, their annual convention in Detroit, Michigan, that'll take place in August. Also, Wednesday after that meeting, attended the city county coordinating meeting. Pretty confident. I think all of the cities were represented and got a good overview of what's occurring in our county with our city partners. Friday, attended the RAC meeting. It's our 8-county kind of one voice, one region that we hosted here in Kings County. It was well attended. Great progress being made. I would just still suggest that if you're not following the Sacramento legislative platform, you need to do that. It's an important. All of our employees, I don't care what rank you are in the county, you need to follow this legislative platform and see the debacle that occurs in the state of California in Sacramento, and just some of the absolute crazy things that legislators try to force down the throats of people that live in the state. And if you're not following it, you're doing a disservice to yourself and to our community. So off that rant, thank you. You could tell how well the meeting went Friday. I just say that. And then Saturday, my wife and I traveled over to Morro Bay to attend the memorial service for Jerry Griswold, longtime friend, longtime farmer. His father, Harold Griswold, farmed the area of 11th and Flint, pretty close. Anyway, Jerry passed away over in Morro Bay, and but we went over there and paid tribute to a gentleman and his family has deep roots in this county. And with that, that's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Supervisor Robinson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Let's see, Wednesday, also with supervisors, I attended a city county coordination meeting. Thursday, attended the San Joaquin Air Pollution Control District meeting, and we welcomed our new member, who's Madera Mayor Pro Tem Rodriguez, a nice gentleman. I think he had a unanimous vote coming in. Also attended the RCRC legislative call-in for state senate and assembly bill updates. Attended a social event at the fair, Supervisor Verboon, the Fair Board Foundation, and Fair Director Tina Rizzardo. So thanks to Davy Helms this year and Sons, the fair was stacked with amusement rides, even a water feature. I don't know if you saw that, but probably the largest turnout of amusement rides we've had in recent times, at least. Friday, attended the San Joaquin RAC meeting with supervisors, adjacent counties for legislative updates with Paul Yoder. And Saturday, with my family, we went back to the fair and we spent the whole day at the fair. So my thanks, first of all, to the sheriff's department. I heard there were almost no incidents, maybe a small fight, but outside of that, just one small one. No, they did a great job. Seemed like everywhere I went, one of them was over there with a smile on their face. Also, the turnout was strong. So congratulations to Kings County for that, because this was kind of an experiment. Davy Helms took a chance on us to bring all those rides here. Wanted to see how we did. I think we did well. We'll see in the final outcome, but thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. Only thing I did other than what they did together is earlier or later last year, I got appointed onto the National Association of Counties Ag Committee, and we've been having meetings for some time. We go to Philadelphia and we're working on the Farm Bill for 2025. And so yesterday we had our last meeting, and I was able to get affordable and sustainable water available to the farmers added to the Farm Bill. So hopefully we can get Congress to vote on that and bring it to the people here in California. It's all 50 states on a call, and to get your ideas out there in print is really cool. So I was able to do that. So hopefully we can continue that fight and get the Farm Bill done. We haven't had a Farm Bill since 2018. So this will be the first time since then. And if we can have sustainable and affordable water access to the farmers, that would be another thing that the federal government can support us on. So that was a big deal. And I'm surprised I got that much support. So I was people in Colorado saying, yeah, they have the same problem. I said, yeah, same people taking your water, taking ours. So we need to stand together. So it's hard to explain what problem we have in California to someone who lives in Maine or Virginia or South Carolina, because they have plenty of water. They don't understand why we don't get along. So I've been trying for years to get something in there. So that happened yesterday. So it was pretty cool. So anyway, that's what I did. And then we'll go on now to board correspondence. Curious.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So actually at this time, we're going to do staff reports, and the staff report that I have today, I just want to introduce John Chamberlain, our fire chief, who was appointed a few weeks ago, started officially yesterday. And so he is here today. I'm actually highly impressed that he was able to get his Class A's, because yesterday he did not have them. And so, you know, we're rocking and rolling. Grateful to have him on board. I don't know, Mr. Chamberlain, you want to say anything? But the floor is yours.
Now to Mr. Mike Powers, John showed up yesterday, first day of work, and he brought Panera, I believe, right?
Yes, Mr. wasn't going to say that, but Mr. Chamberlain did bring pastries, coffee.
I can't compare with crab. He's going to weigh out and do me on that.
Well, thank you very much.
Honorable Chair, Board. I'm John Chamberlain. It's nice to actually put a face to everybody. I'm John Chamberlain. Hi. Got through yesterday pretty much unscathed. Anybody who had the over-under on me coming back, I'm sorry I cost you money for today. There was a lot of joking around about that. But no, in all seriousness, I'm very impressed with the county, the collaboration that's occurring. I've already seen a couple different opportunities for us to streamline some stuff, make things more efficient. And actually behavioral health, I was listening to that this morning. I can tell you from my previous administration that I was involved in, fire department alone for San Bernardino County, we spent $8 million annually dealing with homeless interaction. things like that. So behavioral health is a huge component of that. I'm looking forward to collaborating with it, excuse me, with that moving forward. So we're looking forward to that. He did welcome me with 100 emails and probably 40 meetings. I do appreciate that. And I would never accuse anybody of actually hazing, but I was locked in my office last night. The staff was kind enough to set the alarm and leave me left at my desk. So I'm just saying, I didn't know the code. So I actually had to use my first
They'll
meeting.
let you know who's in charge.
Yeah, exactly. So I clearly know what's going on now. So at any rate, so it is a pleasure to be here. I'm looking forward to and long interaction. We'll be fully in the area starting August 1st. I will be immersed for the 4th of July holiday here. So please bear with me if I don't get back to you right away. Obviously, getting to know everybody and know what's going on is going to be a challenge, but we're going to get there. So thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So for board correspondence, the board received a public notice from Chemical Waste Management on June 16th regarding the Kettleman Hills facility intent to modify their TSCA approval to operate. The board received 3 reports from Kings County Director of Finance all month of May for their fund balance report, treasurer report of cash investments, and the investment pool portfolio management summary. For upcoming events, Kings County Public Health will host its 50th anniversary celebration for WIC this Thursday, June 26th at 11:30 a.m. at their Hanford office on Harris Street. Kings County Behavioral Health will host its family member support group next Tuesday, July 1st from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Kings Building here on campus. Kings County Behavioral Health will also host its Survivor of Suicide Loss support group next Wednesday, July 2nd from 5:30 to 7:30 again here on campus. Kings County Library will host its movie time at the Hanford Branch Library next Wednesday, July 2nd at 3:30 p.m. And lastly, the Kings County will host a blood drive on July 10th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. here on our parking lot closest to Old Sheriff's Office. This is for all employees and it's also open to the public. Walk-ups are welcome or you can register online. For upcoming agenda items, the following agenda items are for July 1st. We do have quite an agenda that day. So administration has an item on the defense of the accused renewal contract for our 23 attorneys. Child support has one item on a plan of cooperation for Adventist Health Hanford to establish parentage. CDA has one item on development code text change. Fire has one item on a transfer funds to cover some equipments for some fire engines. Human Services has 5 items. A few MOUs with the Job Training Office, 2 agreements with KCAO on CalLearn program and a home visiting program, an agreement for some transitional housing program plus, agreement with the University of California, Davis. IT has 2 items on the maintenance and service agreement with Accurate Controls, an agreement with for the purchase of some firewall and professional services. J2 has an item on one-stop operator agreement, and probation has 4 items. An agreement with the courts on pretrial service program renewal, job training off MOU, an agreement on some software platform for probation youth and adults. Public Works has 3 items, 16th Avenue and Tulare Lake Canal Bridge replacement, the fiscal year 25-26 Senate Bill 1 project list, which includes the Avenel Cutoff Road, and an MOU with the Sequoia Courts CSET for Burris Park improvements. And that concludes my report. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. We'll move on now to closed session as outlined by council.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Government Code Section 54957, Public Employee Appointment/Employment for the following titles: Sheriff, Library Director, Community Development Director, and Director of Finance. Government Code Section 54956.8, Conference with Real Property Negotiators, Property APN 042-100-097-000, Agency Negotiator, Kyria Martinez, CAO, Negotiating Parties, Kettleman City Foundation and Reef Sunset Unified School District. Under negotiation, price and terms. Government Code Section 54956.9, Conference with Legal Counsel, Anticipated Litigation, Initiation of litigation pursuant to paragraph 4 of subdivision D of Section 54956.9 of the Government Code, deciding whether to initiate litigation. 1 case. Government Code Section 54957.6, Conference with Labor Negotiators, Agency Designated Representatives, Kyria Martinez, Carolyn Lease, Jay Johnson of Liebert Cassidy Whitmore, Employee Organizations, General Unit Closia, Supervisors Unit Closia, Blue Collar, SEIU, Detention Deputies Association, Firefighters Association, Deputy Sheriffs Association, Probation Officers Association, Prosecutors Association, and Unrepresented Management. And I will turn it back to the chair for any public comment.
Thank you. Any public comments? Any comments from the board? Okay, this meeting will adjourn and we'll be back here at 11 o'clock for Cal LAFCO, Cal Public Finance, Cal PFA. And then our next meeting will be next Tuesday at 9 a.m. Thank you.